Good day, viewers, wherever you're watching OGTV live across the globe. Welcome to your program, Peace and Conflict Resolution on OGTV, your darling station. Today, we'll be looking at a topic that is very salient and provoking these days. What is the topic that we're talking about? Kidnapping. Kidnapping in Nigeria. What is kidnapping? How do we find ourselves in this situation? These and many more we'll be looking into today. And I have in the house my guest that will do justice to the topic today. I am Oba Seunfunmi. I'll go on a very short break. When I come back, I will introduce my guest to you fully. Welcome back to the show. Before I actually went on the short break, I told you I have a guest that will do justice to the program here in the house. I have Dr. Ademolu Okunleye in the house. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Oba. Nice to be here.
Thank you. And next to him, I have in the house Dr. Wale Afuakwe, MSPSP. You're welcome to the show.
Nice to be here once again.
Yes. This is Peace and Conflict Resolution, your program. Dr. Okunleye, kidnapping in Nigeria. It is expected to go down. Every day, every now and then, it's resurfacing, surfacing and resurfacing. What is the problem?
It's a very big problem. It's a very big challenge to our nation and a very big challenge to the people. Because right now, people actually don't know what and how to actually avoid or how to avoid being kidnapped. This is so because there are so many methods being adopted today. And maybe first take a look at what is kidnapping itself. This is an illicit abduction of human beings by some people who have a motion to collect ransom. Although you have two different types of kidnapping. You talk about the criminal kidnapping and also the political kidnapping. For the criminal one, ransom is the issue. For the political, it is just to deal with political opponents as part of political strategy. So political opponents are kidnapped to achieve that. But then for the criminal one, although both of them are criminally minded, but notwithstanding, the other one has an option, the area of collecting ransom, the issue of economic challenge, survival instinct, the fact that some people feel that they don't have other means to survive than doing this criminal thing by kidnapping, which is even against the Constitution of Nigeria, which emphasizes freedom of movement of the individual. And so many methods have been adopted by the different kidnap groups. You see people traveling by road and being kidnapped. And in some places like Abuja or other parts of the country, they are going to homes to even adapt, sort of get people out of their homes. And there are other methods that they're also using to sort of kidnap. Although you also have the issue of being kidnapped for rituals. That's another factor. So many strategies are being employed. Some people will say they use voodoo. Some people will say the weapons. Some people will say that they lure through even financial rewards and those stuff. But it is a very serious issue because today, Nigeria is ranked as one of the worst areas to stay or to live in the world. And that's the global index of where to stay and also live peacefully because of kidnapping. And so you ask the question, when did we actually get to this stage? Because kidnapping was not part of our system,
Yes.
not part of our value, not part of our, when you talk about our culture, because we have a very peaceful and fantastic ideals in our society. But suddenly, this has started. Although, when you take a look at when and how it started, initially, some people will tell you that it started 2011, but I would just say it's not. It wasn't 2011, because you realize that some resource fighters in Niger Delta, started this issue of kidnapping. But it isn't possible that it had been in existence before we started hearing. Don't forget that the social media also play a very good role in informing the general public. It's not just the social media. The media generally play a very good role now in informing members of the public concerning developments. But you ask the question, how many actually takes place? How many takes place each day or in a particular period? It is only those that are reported that we hear of.
Yes.
But those that some people are not privy to, may not be known to many. Then, there are also threats by some of these kidnappers that if it is reported or is made known to the people, that they will kill the victims. And so because of that, members of the families of those that are kidnapped rarely even report to the police, because they feel that for the safety of the member of their family who was the victim, that they must not report. And don't also forget that there have been people that will even take the ransom to some of these places that will also be detained, and the kidnappers will say, okay, you must also pay for this person, or something like that. It's so unfortunate that we got to this particular level. Don't forget that a governor was kidnapped. That's Ngige, when he was governor of Anambra State. You can call that political, because there are other things like that. This is a very big challenge to this nation. But you now ask the question, why do they do this? Why you are thinking of why do they do this? You talk about poverty level, unemployment, injustice, inability to have access to social services, and so many other factors.
Dr. Wale Afakwe, kidnapping is everywhere. They go street to street, house to house to kidnap people. And the funniest thing now is you from one community to another, they were doing a kind of fundraising now to pay ransom. What is happening?
There is a saying in Yoruba that ọwọ́ tó bá dilẹ̀ lèṣù ń yálò, where an idle mind or idle hand is devil's workshop. What that says is that when you have this brain and there's nowhere to use that brain, it will use for a negative purpose. That's one of the major problems, major crises we are facing in this country. I have so many ideas, so many sciences. Simply science means knowledge. I have so many sciences, and there is no way to showcase or exhibit that science, that knowledge. So it will go for a wrong purpose. And I was talking to somebody one day. I said just in brief, between Judas and Peter, who was better? That is that. Now, just 2 days ago, a man was kidnapped in his farm at Alabata. A teacher, I think a vice principal at one secondary school along that side, was kidnapped in his farm. What does that tell you? To go into your farm is risky. And in this country, this same country, we have those who have no value, who worth nothing, that they are being provided with security officers. So the level of our social security in Nigeria is zero. So we are using this medium to plead with the government to borrow a leave from Rwanda. Look at what happens in Rwanda. Look at they are the best economic stable country in Africa today. So our government should please help us increase the level of social security. So for me, sir, you have defined the key words. You showed us the significance of what government is doing and what they need to do. So we just need to plead now that government should go back to the drawing board and make social welfare a necessity. It is so important. and we look forward to achieving that anytime soon. With the cooperation of the citizens and government, Nigeria will work again. Nigeria is still alive, and Nigeria will be alive. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Afuakwe. Yes, we'll go on a very short break now. Then when we come back, we'll continue. Please stay tuned. Welcome back to the show. My guests are still inside here. They are still intact in the studio. We're in a mess as a nation. How do we get out of this mess? Government is doing the best they could do. What do we do? How do we go about this?
Well, it's a very big question. How do we go about this? And I'm very sure that government had also been thinking of how do we go about this. People are also thinking generally about how do we go about this. But I tell you one thing, a conducive environment is part of the responsibility of government.
Very well.
We have the leadership to sort of also provide that enablement. There is nowhere that we do not have leadership. At family level, we have the leadership. Community level, we have the leadership. Local government level, we have the leadership. State government level, we have the leadership. Federal government level, we have the leadership. What role are we actually playing in terms of leadership in fighting kidnapping? Each kidnapper must have also come from a particular family.
Yes.
Are we saying that members of the family of that kidnapper does not even know the person? Although someone like Evans, who operated in Lagos, and the father or the parents were in the east, that could be that gap or so. And don't forget, Evans was alleged to be collecting
ransom,
even in foreign currency.
Okay.
Foreign currency, talk about dollars, pound sterling, and those stuff. That was what we were able to gather. That was his own way of it. And that sort of made some people to actually say, so it is possible to kidnap people and collect foreign currency. How do we change the attitude of the youths? Because when you take a look at who are the people involved, you discover that most of the people involved are the youths.
Okay.
How do we change the attitude of the people concerning the issue of money? You see, I want to tell you that if people have access to transportation easily, they will not be thinking of doing something else. So if they have access to food easily, if they have access to housing easily,
yes,
if they have access to social amenities easily, I'm very sure most of these kidnappers will not go to that extent. It is just a particular problem of survival instinct. How do we actually get out of this? How can we also be called human beings within the society? Because our society also recognizes those that are rich, that can also flout, even if they are criminals, or if they can still pose as rich people. So it is the responsibility of all, the parents, the leaders, the followers, and everybody, so that they can actually put this society in a better way.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Dr. Afuakwe, your take?
For me, he has said it all. And but we should not leave something out.
Okay.
That I'm a Yoruba man, you need Latin Kesharode.
Yeah.
Charity begins at
home.
home. And what you don't have, you can't give.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of these parents too, they encourage this thing. Ours is to appeal to the society, to look inward, to making sure that the best is gotten and is done from the house. Are you getting it, my brother?
Very well.
So we just hope to see a better nation. We hope to beg to see our leaders, our political leaders. Yoruba will say, ọmọ yóò ṣàgbàfọ̀, òun kò ṣe wálé, ẹrújú olè. Are you getting it? So please, when it comes to electionary period, people should not be oppressed, they should not be intimidated. We all own this country, and the betterment of this country belongs to all of us all. So please, what I just need our government to do to help this solving this problem is to organize what they did during this period that they also a report. What's that name of that report, sir? The report that is flying in and now. One report then
Okay, I'll also say
Also a report.
Okay.
They should look inward, get people. They should start from the community to the CDC to the, as I had already said, so that this problem can be nipped on the bud. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Wale. In fact, we can continue to go on on the show like this, and but our time is far spent. Today, we'll be drawing the curtain of the show. Till I see you next time on the same station, Dr. Okuneye, I must thank you so much for coming. Dr. Wale, thank you so much for coming. God bless you. And till we see next time on the same show, Peace and Conflict Resolution. I am your humble uncle, Obaoluwa Seunfunmi Ogunleye. And don't forget, you and I can build a conflict-free nation if you and I appreciate the importance of peace. Thank you, and God bless you.